Hey divas! I am coming to you with a ButterBeeScraps design team project. Yay! Okay, so I have been in like the embellishment mood. So I figured, you know what? I'm all about showing how much you can do with Monique's metals at her store. So I try to do a little of everything. It's very easy for me to go into jewelry. Believe me, that's like the first thing to mind. But I'm like, well, there's much more to the metals than that. So I'm in a couple swaps that I'm closing up, so I had to finish off these last pieces of embellishments. So I figured, you know what, let me use some ButterBee and show you ladies what I made, and gents. Okay, anywho, let me just go through the stuff I used because I used a lot of product. Okay, I used these metals, and here we go. Okay, the camera must focus. All right, there we go. So I use that one. I use these ones, and they're in bronze. I use these really pretty white metal flowers. I used these little butterflies, and I used the little jingle bells. Monique has these little jump rings, and this is in copper, and I used those. I'm running low. And my keys that I used, I love these little keys. I used some of these in pink and white in the flat backs, and these are light rose, so it's a very light pink. I used this metal, some of these bead caps, and some of these flowers, and I used the same ones but in silver. Okay, so that's all of the stuff I used. Now, what I wanted to make is dangle charms, so that's what I made. Okay, so I'm going to show you the ones that I made using this one first. Okay, now so for all you ladies that have bottle caps, you can use them. And my inspiration for these, let me do that before I do anything, is from P, Whimsical Endeavors. Hey P! So she made me these right here in a swap. And I was so excited. I loved it, and I told her I was going to totally scrap lift the idea. So she is my inspiration to using the metals to back up these bottle caps. These are some images that I purchased on Etsy. They're all vintage ladies, the ones you're going to see. Okay, and you see I used one of these metal flowers, and I used one of the clear flat backs in there, and then there's one of the keys. And all the jump rings that you see that are throughout the whole, all of these are all from the jump rings. Okay, so there's that one. Oops. Here's this one. And then I use the butterfly on this. And I use this one. And see, I use the light rose. And then I use the little jingle bell thingy. And then I made this charm. And then this was in my stash. Okay. And then did this one. See, the ladies are so beautiful. I use Glossy Accent, and then I use Martha Stewart glitter. And then there's the bead cap, and there's the butterfly. And you can't tell, but this is like a very light pink. And this is a milk glass color right here. Okay. And then here's the last one using these metal pieces right here. Everything is adhered with Glossy Accent. Okay, did the same thing here. Okay, now those are using those ones. Now the next ones I'm going to show you, we're using these ones. Here's a blue one. And see, I used them as the backing. Because they're filigree, they have lots of opportunity to put jump rings and just different things in the little holes up there. So they're perfect for that. And then you can see I use the bead cap, the flower again, and the key. Of course, the jump rings. Super pretty, right? Love it. So glad I made a bunch of these. I'm participating in a swap, but I don't need all of these. But I was like, you know what? Let me just go on and do what I need to do. And see, and I did this one. Okay. And those are using those ones. And then these ones next are using this one. And this right here is my last cameo that Monique has in her store. But this is a set. It comes with the bezels. So this was the last one, and it comes 3 cameos and 2 bezels. Well, I already used the other one, so I kind of made my own little bezel, I guess you would say. And see, it doesn't. This is kind of domed, but that's okay though, because the cameo lays fine on there, and it looks like a beautiful frame around it. And these are the charms I hung from it, and that's using Monique's bead cap, jump rings, the metal, and all the lobster claws are from my stash. And then these little extra pretty beads and stuff like that are from my stash. Since I'm a jewelry maker, I love anything beads. So if I can get it, I collect it. Okay, this is a cameo from my own stash. And then I hung the butterflies from the bottom. And see, I just hung it. So perfect because there's so many different holes all the way around for you to add stuff. And you would have thought, oh, I didn't have space, but yes, I did. There was a little bit of space and it was perfect. And this is just a cameo that I had from my stash from many moons ago. And then here is another one. The cameo is from my stash. And then I used Monique's bead caps and the little jingle bell. And those are beads from my own stash. And then these are the aluminum flowers. Back in the day, so many girls were using them for their stick pins, and I just found this when I was going through my bead stash. I totally forgot about it. So I used that. And these are Swarovski crystals. And then that's pearl. This pearl is the same color as the ivory inside the flower. Love it! Now, the next 2 are using these ones. Okay, so here are with the bottle caps that are not flat. I could have flattened them through my Big Shop, but I didn't want to because I don't have any flat ones like this that I purchased. I wanted it like this so that I could add little gems in the middle. Okay, and this one has a light rose in it. This is a really pretty hand-painted bead. So that is perfect idea. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Peace, so much for your inspiration. Here's another one. And I just stuck little beads in there. And then this one has a little sewing machine. Then I just put this little pearls. And these are light pink and a medium pink, but you can barely tell because of they're so light. But seeing that has the clear crystal in there, so you could use these as charms too. Super cute. And then this one I didn't add any backing. Oops, it's stuck into the material. Sorry, ladies, looking at my arm. Okay, here we go. And then I just used her bead cap. I used the pretty little butterfly. And then this is just hanging with just a simple one without the backing. And this image is a beautiful image. If I can, there we go. And then I just stuck a little bit of glitter, so it just depends on how the light hits on it, but I love it. So these are all of my charms. I went buck wild crazy this morning and I was like, I must do this. Okay, so I hope you ladies are inspired. Don't be intimidated by metal or making charms. I know I get ladies asking me about charms and stuff. And honestly, the trick to making charms is One, you know, get pretty beads. I would save up, don't buy, you know, beads just because they're on sale and they're not really pretty. I would actually just go ahead and wait to purchase some good ones, or sometimes the good ones go on sale. So that's one, good beads. And then add metal to your beads. Don't, you know, just stack a bunch of beads. I have a metal bead cap. I have this this rhinestone rondelle, and then I add little daisy spacers. So as long as you add metals in between it, it just gives it a totally different look. See, and it's just a couple, so it's not too bad. Now imagine that without any of the metals on there, those 3 metals. It wouldn't look as pretty. So that's all you have to do. Just try to add some bead caps, some rondelles, spacer beads, you know, break them up in between, and you know, it's anybody can do this. This is not necessarily a person. I mean, I've been making jewelry for a long time, but seriously, anybody can do that. Just make sure you add different metals. Super easy, ladies. So here is my ButterBeeScraps yumminess. Please go to the link below, check her out, get some of this. She has such new stuff in there. I cannot wait for my design team package to come, because I ordered some phenomenal, awesome yumminess that Monique has in her store. So here's the embellishments. Feel inspired. And I will see you ladies and gents later. Mucha hugs, ladies. Bye.